What's up, guys? Welcome back here. Today I'm back for another video, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder and how no matter the circumstances, look, they just have a bunch of fight, and you just love to see it from this squad, especially with them being so young. The fact that they have so much fight at this stage and age could be a really good thing going into their future. I'm just going to do a video about them and how much they've kind of surprised me this year. But before to start the video, you already know it's going to be a banger, so make sure to drop a like on it. Comment down below any video ideas you want me to do. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. At 79 right now, trying to hit 100 soon. But now let's get started. So you know how last year OKC was projected to be like a 13 or 14 seed by most teams, and at best they were projected like a 10 seed. Yeah, they ended up getting the 5 seed and almost making it to the second round to face the Lakers because of how good Chris Paul's impact was and how he was able to be a great leader to this team. And when he left, everyone thought, since they were just trading everyone for just first round picks basically and scrubs, they thought this team could potentially battle with the Pistons at being the worst team in the league. While currently the Pistons do look like the worst team in the league, the Thunder have been okay. They are currently 6-7, which is the 11 seed, and they've had a lot of consistent scoring throughout the roster, as they're led by their star of the future, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is currently averaging 21 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 6.2 assists, while shooting 50.5% from the field, 36.5% from 3, and 75.7% from the line. He's actually been really good, being their number one option. I feel like he could break out even more, which is the scary part, leading the team in PER, other than Moses Brown, who gets 4.4 minutes per game, so that doesn't count. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just looks like his game has developed so much, being led by Chris Paul. And I feel like there's just one more step that he could even take to become even better. His defense has been pretty good too, as even though he doesn't have like the amazing defensive stats of 0.8 steals and 0.5 blocks, if you see, his defense has been pretty good with the eye test. But someone that definitely deserves mention in this video is Lu Dort. How Lu Dort has just developed his game so much, turning from a G League player to being clutch in the first round of the playoffs, and now his offensive game has developed so much while still being that elite defender. I think there was one game where he held Jamal Murray to 2 of 10 shooting when he guarded him, while also dropping 20 points on the Nuggets' head. And this season he's averaged 13.4 points and 3.9 rebounds with 1.2 steals, while shooting 48.4% from the field, and he's shooting 43.7% from the 3 with 5.5 attempts per game. One thing you know about Lu Dort, his jump shot has been super inconsistent, and people have been worried about that ever since he got to the NBA. And he's just proved them wrong. He's a guy who just works super hard, and it just has paid off so much for him. And his combination of amazing defense with an amazing work ethic and just a developing offensive game, this guy could be a future stud. Not no like all NBA type player, but like maybe future all-star. Definitely has all defensive potential. And with the way he's just been working, it's just so special to see him play. I just feel like there's so much more that he could do because of how much he works, leading the team in steals per game. And it's honestly not just been Lu Dort, as a lot of young guys have stepped up for them. The only young guy who hasn't really stepped up for them is Pokusevski. With him being so young, he's just a prospect, only averaging 3.1 points. He's played a bunch of the games because you know they're trying to tank, and he's the guy they want to develop, as he's leading the team in blocks per game at 1.1 a game, but he has shot very, very poorly, shooting only 23.7% from the field and 16.7% from the 3, while taking 5.4 attempts per game, with most of them being 3s. His shot selection hasn't been the worst, it's just that they just aren't falling. I think he just needs to continue to get used to the NBA scene, get used to how the game goes, build on a little muscle, and he could be something special for the future. But you know he's not going to impact now. Give him like 3 to 4 more years. Let's see how he develops throughout his career. And just him getting some sort of PT right now is good for him. He doesn't deserve a lot because you know he's struggling, and you don't want to make it seem like you're just trying to lose no matter what. But he definitely deserves some PT just for him to get that experience, which will help him throughout the future. I expect him to be a little bit better. Not too much better because remember, he's still just a project, but I think he'll get slightly better by the time the year ends. But they also have a bunch of other young guys like Hamidou Diallo, you know, the athletic beast shooting guard that they had. It was him and Ferguson, like the athletic duo that was just unknown. Diallo's actually having a pretty good year, as mostly he's been off the bench, and he's averaged 11.1 points and 5 rebounds per game. He's still been super athletic for him, but he's also developing his offensive game. shooting 51.9% from the field and 33.3% from the three this year. And he's just been really well for them too, along with Darius Bazley, who's averaging 10.5 points per game, with leading the team in rebounds at 7.2. You even had Theo Maledon, I think their second round rookie. He's averaging a good 6.4 points per game and 20 minutes per game. And he's just looked really well for being just a rookie. But then you also have a combination of veterans too. But one young guy that surprised me was Isaiah Roby. I saw him play for the Mavs. He really did nothing special. Being on the Thunder, I saw this one move. He hit that crossover. It was like a jab step crossover, one dribble slam on Vucevic. That was kind of crazy. But he's actually been good throughout the year too, averaging 19.4 minutes, getting 9 points per game, 5 rebounds, and he shot decently well too, shooting 55.6% from the field and 38.9% from three on almost 2 attempts a game. But then you also have veterans that just continue to make this Thunder team want to work. As you have Al Horford and George Hill being good veterans. You still have Mike Muscala being a good veteran big. And combining those veterans with the young guys can make a really good balance to be a really special team. And honestly, I'm still surprised that they're 6-7. This team, if you look at their team stats, they've just been near the bottom. But you just see their fast pace. And you know this team doesn't really play by the stats. They play by heart. And you can clearly tell it by the way they play on the court. As they're one of the top teams in pace, but they're like one of the lower teams in points per game and points allowed. But the fact that they have such a high pace, they're a young team, so they're going to run and gun it. And I think the Thunder have done a pretty good job currently, but I still think that you need that superstar young guy. So I'm not sure making the playoffs is the right thing to do. But honestly, the Thunder have just surprised me so much. And even if they go like 2 and whatever the rest of the year, they still have surprised me so much from the beginning of the year. I just love the fight that this Oklahoma City Thunder has, and I'm excited to see them for the rest of the year. What do you guys think about the Oklahoma City Thunder start? Do you think it's a sign of positivity or just a fluke start and they're just going to win like 3 more games the rest of the season? Make sure to drop a like on the video. Comment down below on any new videos you want to do. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace out, guys.